kuno tineta muziko rekuti kuno mabhodhi atinoshandisa madhiki. Saka mvura tinosangana nezvinhu zvakawanda.
Yanda kuti matogadzisia life jacket. Switatu wao pe ngavazava uzia but manje ngaradula tatoka qualify pe. Titwaule. Jadi matogadzisia ao. Langa mempa punda chinkira. Mbayengi kulunga amwi. Bulimbu wete so moya uluwo banjo. Wanjira manzo mamwe wanjira chisamu. Wasikubheuka. Wokuti tutwaye zero so tikole life jacket la kuivusia.
Ipo nemagaro siya kana unofamba mvura inogona kukurova. Inogona kukurova anytime.
Iswe gatubeje nakazi tuyandikana kuti tuyandikana ibwato pe kanu tuyanda mabodi akuti magadha mumba twasana mvuvu yasike yanduma amwe abana mbugoba amwe ndayita amwe ibwato irapaka kubheula a life jacket kwede ninjo kwenda ninjo byamba nde life jacket nindinkira ndakonziya kudwaya a life jacket yangu mumanzi bari koziya kundibweza siko inkansi pe
ajimbi mwai chakuti ikafu unganda ikafu kono mvatare kope so tuomba tumatubasike ikafu oguno wasimatere kempu
tobana kazi kambo amwengo ajarira kuti imeta yomuntu ndigosya pe uriya mwalume ulali tsiruria ngawitera abimesigwe mulumi pe nakaya alendike ndi memo kamufumu mujete amisigwe mulumi pe chituro kwambirobo.
Paxi aina ma license vanao but kuti vauya kuno vanhu vanotiza kana vamira vanokurova vanokubvunza kuti license iri kupi.
So vakwati vanichatakanya ndi aka vauchati finder 50 US. Muri mazuva anonsimbusta chifiki ataonanga ndikwanisia siko ikwanisia pe but madezi ngazizia ikufukali atinda vayo but aya maneti pano vatola.
Grassnet avumizwe ongo but isto atenga nekuti cotton net haibati mabrim. Cotton net inoshanda kuma tiger. Vanhu veparks kunoko avauyi vachi approach vanhu zvakanaka naka. Speedboard yemagame ikauya fishermen yese anobuda panze otiza nekuda kwekuti iwo pawakatanga kuuya kunoko vakakuona une chitanda chiya chausina body hombe sina life jacket sina license vanorova munhu vanekake kuti kana usinawo mari mbijana yekuti anomukoma shamwari apa andiregere wongo handine mhosva anofanira kurohwa.
License na inga ya shupa vanhu vapati ngavava kusiyana kuti sunukavona vambi ngamwingo zosika pakuti amwe vakomunibizi wasika vambi but mubhadhare license po wazwa vabe vafutini wazosika vambi futini but mubhadhare license so ngatwazokubulala kuti ayibwinile kompali ngabazwa kubhinga nkugwe ngabethu tubazipe kuti imoti zwita kubhinga amwe moti yazwa ngeyozwa kubulawa ukuthi uzipe yasika but license mujala po bazwa mba munyanswe yama dishada po ba munyansu bati mubhadhare license po mukuyo amanje no mwakusia opa bati mwete mali po twasuba pa mali baba sanse bamubose tukata kwa mali ngaba kunyansu jonse binkezo
tuli kujana biyumumi kuti katuite kwa tuli kujana license akuli kuti mkutu ziyalirwawo kuno nkambo imali yako nayo wijana ngatwakubula po sende ndiso tuli mugati pete kujana license baba swakule bangata bazwi munda umomo mope kambo sike kupona kwakona gonse kudujana tuponena mumomi amurwisi kubatera tawe kumpepse nkutu chijana ichakulya so tukazoyo misiko tukatujana license twajana biyumumi mubupatiro po ulibe tuli kutemwitwa ibalumba li kutemwitwa mato abasinjira amato batekwa imbwato tabwere depe mwete kuti muula mapoti so bwa biyu muligo futi ngabo poti tira transport janiki pe
sira chitigai pesi even kamuri kuloba kwakhona khambo tuliduze a camp ku site ya abantu bakhona so vela ukanga kulobela ukuthi kupiranga tuli kupita kwakutani bendijane biyani pesi manje kuli injogale urabona waba munyama limwesi wasungwa
minda yedu idiki but dai takaona chine mvura kunuko yekuti tokwanisa kuti ikatinaira miezi yakati kana 2 months chine mvura ichinaya zvakanaka neminda yatinayo aitaigona kukowa zvakanaka but dambudziko redu manje kusaidi yekurima uko asi manje nyaya iripo ndeyekuti mvura inozonaya mwezi 1 then yobva yaenda isita kuenda kuda kukowa so isusu atizowani chikafu mhuka zizere zakawandisa nzou tinazo kubhinga kunoko mvuvu ziriko imhuka dzekuti hazitinhiki nechitanda dzinotodawo rubatsiro kana kuti votisvagirawo waya yekuti zivharirwe then tozosangana nemhuka futi zozopindirawo kune chiya chatinenge twatobudira timneyo muwa nembijana mhuka zopinda futi zorova zochiya chikafu chacha
so ziratuchisa mukuti vere ikuti banyama bo bakaba mumunzibya tabachiri mulusaka pe kuti bali mu makempu abo bakaba mu myunzi banyama bakona even katutize kaluminwa mulusaka ngate kulepe amyunzi nisikalumwa ngombe sikakona ngate kulepe ukwesi yanisi kukosi ni abantu abanyama tawope banyama kulaba banyama bala zintu sya mulusaka bali kakatekite kwinda ndiswe tu bantu kwamba kwangu bali kakatekite kwinda ndiswe kambo ibanyama uti mwabona wajeya imunyama ndijere ipatirogo even gasika bonzi mulavu wachikwa katakwe ipunga ategwama mwabusika imuntu uyofukita mujere so banyama ubanga bali important rogo kwinda abantu kuri baba fubite
ziro kutuchisa mwanangu mbuli manzi special turo kufuka bamanzi takwe zibholani okuno ing'ombe zyesu mwanangu tutola kuchiri oko kumulonga kuzikala twakazitola zyakukhala setu bantu twabolo kuno manje ogiya kuli ntale ziro kuno mwantale simu ziro kuno mwabasuntwe so vere kuti katula amanzi katula zibholani ing'ombe tatulo zitorogi ape tunoyumbira ing'ombe zyesu manzi kasiro kujana manzi seno kukuta jana manzi ng'ombe ngatwatola oko kule oko kumulonga zikuzinywa manzi so lubono lulokulikwa ngamuzi akuchala tu ng'ombe siyalung'antale singi so kuti twajana zibholani kana zikaba 3 muchisi Jesu 3 zibholani ngakwaba beta impongezi ngakudubeka manzi tazikwe manzi akunya kutekera mutwe kwetoko kule kutekera mutwe kuzopa mpongo vere kuli penzi patiroko muno muchisi Jesu biwo muno muri penzi ipati mwanangu ndiriswekeretwe kuti kuchana ndachitabiyeni lubono lwangu lwakamana shuwa kambo lubono ndirugwasizya kuti ndachiswa ndauzya mponge yangu ngana ndachana lufutuko lulikapoto manje ino ndirangalikite kuti kuchana ndachita kutyeni vere takwe ndiriswekeretwe
ing'ombe ezi ndakali kulimya mumunda po ndakali kutyola ibwelete mponi zyakafuka takwe penchi ndakajana ichelete kambo mpunda kali kujana chikafu kuti ndalimya oboto ndayunga ndatyola madrama anga ayelede azilyo tenda kali kulape ku GMP pesi ino ndakaswana ibuyumuyumu pundilete ano ndanzala abana kambo kakufuka kwa ng'ombe yangu
zirachiza izgo kozi mbulino muri imulavu wakali kurya impongo zizo waseka waliya mpongo mpodeni sekuti tu benefit kuri nzizi yotawe petura kazigwa wabona so kuti senchitwari kuyanda kuti anditwe tukwanise kuita kubenefita kuri nziziko zinyama zikeso kambo nzizikeso wabona because mabona even inzovu biyo ziratsika mu myundo mu zikaita zikadya nzo ichikafu chitutambe doti iswe tuzorye junza then zikasika zikadya hari tawe chitimo at the end of the day to harvest a bed limpo then ibanyama bakono kuti tujane to benefit kulimba boti maybe ndajanzi kandi uzike ndijane mari yakuti upone muntu apone tazita tawepe tatu benefit pe kubanyama but boka bari kuti jeyo kuno kumyonzi mbuli kuzilodo kuti so at least gatujana myenya yakuti mbuli no kukhala so kupera kati mbuli ma youth so dzibedi tawe nchituru kuchita petukete kupera kambo kanyama kakupulazika kuchita so kuti twajanazika kuti maybe ilink nditunga turavarira kuti tujane to be involved kuchita izika community or banyama besu ma natural resources we can even do that kuti twajana manyama ma links akona kana ma connections
kuti twamputi bwene junza amsena mpongo mpingera wa kuti kwava izibhora nani kana kuti kwava ma permanent sources of amanzi kuti ngombe zita zilokonzi yakuya kumulonga penkuzinga ziyako ziyalumwa kana kuti ziyayithaveni mwabona
tozia kuti mwambula bobya mwaiti ngoba meeting ivya yambulu kwabya kuti kubezi ba upe kwa license kabali mbakulimba kuti patensi pa mumonope sikomvwa mwishe pe bosi kuti wataza kuzumizwa mbapo pala license mpo so ntawe license twakala ziri better so but twalangula tulema twalangula kuzigwa license twawula license aswebo twalangula imamali tingatingaleza bya tingankubone na mufisha nkwefisha akoko ndirangira bya zingira onzeya kuti ndazobezyo ologe asyanganda yazitina ndawonza kuyasya
buri bupanduze mbundamba cyari kundibondezya roko kuti kambo iyuti mbiri kana ku council kana kuti ku national park chi abarabo beziye uti batobereze munyamo ulogulira lobo kutinga baragwasikania bintu uti kambo lino ngombe ziri kuruzi tatuchiwa madam akapauka tulambwa ino ngombe tulonguli itegerera pe so twari kukumbira lo uti mbuti munyamo uyenda logozi uti ubwema bwakona vere uzobujata kupera futo uruzi kampu ikauti inindu kedinamusi tinondazgoku kuti ngaite camping oke amirimu taziroenderana tikakuli chimwiru gwazo yarufuka mbana bachatani ula munyamo achebe atoberezegwe asike mpa pafwa mbi urwabya doba mulabya bumani urazo
mpa mputulo kwamba iyo ante fulumene ngutuma magemu kuti baze kuruzi uzokutujata kuti kapata tuke ma license anori mbuli mutwamba kuti ayo ma license katulitwa bana kazi gabanga asopa twano banga mbuli mutwali kwamba fulumende wengutuma bantabo kuti mwinke kuruzi uzikuti ruzi mbiru wakwe mwinke mkalange bantabo kuti nzibala kuchita balowita ibabadale
fish zatinobata sekuti tiite business tobata fish shoma atibati fish zakawanda nekuti mabhodhi atinayo atiswiki pakati ndipo ane fish zakawanda.
However, these days it's not so easy for them to get into fishing business because there are laws which prohibit someone to fish without a permit. Those fishing permits, they are bought from Harare through national parks, and most of the local peoples, they do not have enough resources like permit fees to go and pay and acquire the fishing licenses. So most of the fishing activities which are being done here, they are being done mostly by people who are coming from outside. We know that there is the trust ownership, this side, it doesn't apply to us because in that document, there's no mention of the other natural resources besides the minerals. So at the end of the day, the natural resources like the ones we have in the Zambezi Valley, they are not included in that trust ownership document. We are therefore looking forward to engage with the government so that they can also include or review the policy document and also include other resources which are found even in our areas. We have a very needy situation in our schools whereby children, they are having challenges with the infrastructure development. In some of our schools, if you go there, it's pathetic. You won't even find a chair. Children are using stones to sit on. When they were along the Zambezi River, they used to grow crops twice or thrice a year. So they knew that they will continue eating fresh meals, they will continue having enough food for their families. But because of the relocation now, the places where they are relocated is dry. They can't access water even for irrigations. Most places they survive on food handouts. We have intelligent children here. Some they believe that is because of the fish that we eat. But those children, they are just loitering in the communities because they have nowhere to go. We don't have a tertiary education here. We don't even have a life skills training institution here. So when children complete O level, which is maybe one of the basic education that the parents can afford to give to their children, they will have to travel all the way from here either to Bulawayo or Harare or Gweru just for them to have tertiary education. Comparing the youth in Zimbabwe and the youth across, I'm sure you can see the mountains. That's Zambia, that side. The youth in Zambia or people in Zambia, they are able to access the water from the same Zambezi River, which is the boundary between Zambia and Zimbabwe. The relationship between national parks and campfire, I can say it's good because I haven't heard of any problems. But the relationship with the national parks and the communities, it goes back to the issues of policies. Why people they are running away from national parks is they are supposed to pay if they want to go and fish. But we know that we have no other source of income here besides fishing. If I can go and fish, maybe get a 5 kgs, I sold to my neighbor, I know that I will get something to go and buy maybe soap for my family. But now, these guys, they don't have that money to pay for fishing legally. So they know that what they do is they go and fish in the Zambezi because that's where they can get something to feed their families. But because there's this policy and the national parks is supposed to enforce this policy, when they are caught, obviously they are answerable to the law. That's why they end up running away from them. Or in the way of defending themselves, they end up having conflicts with the officers. So the policy issue, I think if the government can try to lapse some of the policies, especially the policy which wants people to go and pay even if they are fishing for their peasant. As we try to promote our youth, maybe the relevant authorities should also consider the type of people they are dealing with. If we are talking of a local person at our level in the Zambezi Valley, I don't think that person can be in a position to raise maybe 4,000 US. Maybe there should be affirmative action in favor of the locals to reduce or cut up to half the price of the normal fishing permit so that locals can also access those fishing permits. If we look at the employment these days, it's very difficult to get employment, but if our youth can be supported with those projects like fishing, they will be able to get into the waters and be able to generate their own income which they can use to support their own families.